Good morning. It is, it's afternoon now. It's actually 12:02. And it is March 27th, Wednesday. 3 days until I hit the trail. Unbelievable. Out here with Charlie. Got a bag of poop in my hand, so you know what time it is. And on my way to meet with my sibling. I had originally thought that maybe they and I, now there's a sentence I've never said before. They and I thought maybe we'd have a conversation and record that, but I'm not 100% sure that would be the best idea, either for content reasons or because of, I guess I should say and because I don't know if that would be something that you could hear very well. So, even though I'm really enjoying listening to music out here on this sunny beltline today, decided to go ahead and make the clip for today as I make my way to my sibling's house, looking for the little pathway to get off the beltline. But I've just been listening to this song, Really Doe, by, what's his name? I think I missed what I'm looking for. Oh, but there's stairs over here, so that doesn't matter. By, what's his name? Atrocity Exhibition, Danny Brown. It's a great song. I want to try, and forgive me if this fails completely as an experiment, but I want to try playing it underneath the talking I'm about to do. Ooh, honk honk, y'all. So I'm going to play it now, and I'm going to hope that it's not too loud to where it drowns out what I'm saying. And I'll try to keep anything worth mentioning to being said after the song actually ends. So let me make sure we're still recording first. Looks like we're good. So, on that note, this is Danny Brown with Really Doe featuring, I think, Absol, Kendrick Lamar, and what's his name? Earl Sweatshirt. So, without further ado, Really Doe. Going down the stairs.
If you be strapped with seatbelt, I be fresh from head to toe. Every day your fashion show. You stay took that calico and serve like John McEnroe. Got a salad on my show. You stay salad on my blow. That was back when we was copping up to try to roll a phone. Now a nigga living good. I done made it out the hood. Think I'm going back. I wish a motherfucker would.
They say I got the city on fire. I ain't booming. That's a goddamn lie. Whoa. Really though, like really though.
Alright, so come on.
Really though, like really though. They say I got the city on fire. I ain't booming, that's a goddamn lie. Whoa. Really though, like really though.
Ay.
Really though, like really though.
Still wicked as Alistair. Crowley niggas know me well. For heaven's sake, I'm the GOAT. You haters could go to hell. When you're getting money, nigga, every day is sunny. I'ma act an ass on that donkey, let her pull my ponytail. Second grade, took my mama wedding ring. Took that bitch to show and tell. Now I'm married to the game to no avail. Routed me for like a month. Now I'm getting high as fuck. Boy, you're trying to write me up. But now I'm a writer with ambitions of a writer. And half the shit on my writer, I don't even want. The fan is for us, the Henny's for the sluts. Givenchy bikers with the rev rips. Ball main, bod mine. Bathing Nate by my dick. Paid by the bloods, raised by the grip. Solo holder prophecies, atrocities, exhibition. Oh yeah, now a nigga living good, but good could be better. I wish a motherfucker would.
They say I got the city on fire. I ain't booming, that's a goddamn lie. Whoa. Really though, like really though. Really though, like really though.
Come on, Joe.
They say I got the city on fire. I ain't booming, that's a was like an appetite of truth and dare. I double dare your life to end in vain before the end is near. See, I can hear you crying silent, sitting in the dark, holding crosses cross your heart. Sin is such a work of art. Watch out for the love lost. Bet 1,000, shoot 1,000. Things a nigga do for thousands. Made 1 million counting sheep. Gave it all to public housing. Taking off the Abu Dhabi. Beaming up the motor Scotty. Talking to promoter Scotty. Everybody knows Scotty. Murder one, you heard of him. The resident, the all-day madness. Got it off to wipe it off the evidence. The blood on mattress. Big power, big stages. My zoo cannot fit the cages. This booth is not used to faking. My crew just love confrontation. I chew the face off the laces. I moved away from the waitress. I chef the pot that made poison. I cooked and tipped all the patients. My bitch is way beyond basic. This life insurance, car insurance, good pussy insurance. Hey, look what I'm doing. Hey, riding in foreigns. Hey, K-Dot. 4 years, I got the same watch, but it's the real watch. And that bitch fire. Speed racer waiting outside. The roof on it like a tank top. Counting money, watch paint dry. When I'm done, it's when the rank stop.
They say I got the city on fire. I ain't moving, that's a goddamn lie. Whoa. Really though, like really though.
Real sweatshirt.
Really though, like really though. They say I got the city on fire. I ain't moving, that's a goddamn lie. Whoa. Really though, like really though. Really though, like really though.
Listen. Wish a motherfucker would, Brown. I had to put my foot down. It's like I'm popping a clutch. Your head palpable, your jaw full of dust. You gon' keep talking or we locking it up. And I'm the type of nigga it ain't never been an honor to judge. You a mouse that the Falcon picked up. So disrespect getting checked like the top of the month. I was a liar as a kid, so now I'm honest as fuck. And I never passed my mama no blunt. It kept my head straight. Listen, dead weight, never been a problem to dump. Look, I just broke up with my bitch cause we ain't argue enough. I keep it dirty as a split, my uncle Alchemist puff. I strike a birdie on him while I hit your mouth with the club. I wake up early on him, getting out the house is a must. Just like a sweaty pig, sweaty sit, counting your dubs. Either that or you gon' catch me on a mountain with monks, lounging. Ask your girl why I'm out on my nuts. You been the same motherfucker since 2001. Well, it's the left-handed shooter, Kyle Lowry the punk. I'm at your house like, why you got your couch on my chucks? Motherfucker,
Man, that song is so awesome.
I'm right, cool brick with
So awesome. Make sure we're still recording. Yeah. I wasn't even able to talk at all during that. I was so into it. Had some more tea with my coffee this morning, which really is having a quite nice synergistic effect on this sunny day. I do feel like there's something that happens to me photosynthetically almost when I'm like at a good degree of caffeination, and then I go outside. There's like an extra little boost that comes from that. Some sort of natural synthesis of, I don't know, what is it? The ultraviolet radiation does something to cholesterol to break it down into vitamin D or something like that. Not really sure. But in any case, I feel like I'm floating out here, and it's a good feeling. It's just effortless. It's like being in a bathtub. It's comfortable, it's warm, everything's good. Still with the little char-char. Hey boy, having a family dinner tonight, and so trying to make sure that he gets a good workout before then so that he can be a little less rambunctious. I'm sure he's still going to be an annoying SOB by the time the time comes. Hopefully I can just have his batteries diminished to 50% instead of him starting at 100. So that's what we're out here for. Slept outside again last night. Probably the best sleep so far. I think I only woke up once, and that was actually because of Charlie. Little Charlie, you woke me up. He was ringing the bell on the inside. Erica taught the dogs how to ring a bell when they need to go outside to the bathroom, and I could hear him doing that from outside. And it turned out that Erica and I both had a similar level of where that became too much, and we actually both kind of got up at the same time to let him out. So she let him out, and I just put him back in after that. But yeah, comfy sleep. Let me think. Did anything happen yesterday? What did I do yesterday? I walked to Noah's. That was cool. Saw Alex Wharton. Very nice. Said goodbye to both of them. Had a headache all day yesterday, which I'm attributing to the pollen, not Japanese encephalitis. What else? Took a majority of my day was spent walking. I did 17 miles yesterday. So I was out for a while. Stopped at Kroger, found some kimchi, which shocked me because this Kroger doesn't really service people who I would think would be requesting kimchi. So that's good to note. There's kimchi over there, and it's cheap, $5.99. And it's just as good as the kimchi from the artisan store that's $9.99? Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to buy it if it was $10.99 for a 1 pound thing of kimchi. Get out of here. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, walked a lot yesterday. Oh, yeah, if there's anything to talk about, it's the branding work I did this morning for my YouTube channel. I was really feeling it. Woke up, was eating breakfast and drinking coffee and tea and stuff, and I just got this little bug, this little kink in my step to, that's not even a good way to describe it. I just got the motivation and the inspiration. They collided, and I sort of revamped my YouTube page so that it's now branded in such a way that it's I got a different image for the profile picture, which I feel like is a better representation of what the show is. It's more iconic than it is photographic. It's more symbolic. It's almost like, you know, the Apple logo, like something to look at that represents the channel rather than just like a picture of something. So there's text on there. It's I don't remember actually what I called it. It's like 2019. A 2019 Appalachian through hike for your ears. That's the branding for the channel. The channel name itself has been switched from Kenneth Pereiro to KP on the AT, which I really, really like. And I have a shortened link now to my YouTube page that's more vanitized. So it's bit.ly/KP on the AT, and it takes you straight to my YouTube homepage. So I was figuring all this stuff out. Probably spent about an hour doing it this morning, and just felt really productive. There was like a firm stop when I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't do anymore. This is optimized at this point. So I needed to step away from it and get on with my day, actually making the dogs breakfast and putting stuff away so I could leave the house. So that was a huge success. I'm very happy with that. bit.ly/KP on the AT. KP on the AT. KP on the AT. KP on the AT. It sounds like a different language if you say it enough times. KP on the AT. KP on the AT. It's like how they say hello in like some island village. KP on the AT. So, anyway, almost to the siblings' house now. But so far today's been really nice. I think it's going to continue to be nice. Tomorrow, probably going to drive to Lilburn to walk around Stone Mountain with my mom, so I'll need to wake up a little earlier than usual so I can pack my tent up, put all that stuff into my backpack. Since this is technically a training walk, although it's going to be shorter than any other walk I've gone with my pack, so it's more of a, I don't know, a break. Come on, Charlie. And then that's all the plans for tomorrow. Try to get home before rush hour starts. And then Friday, that's the day before. I want to mow the grass. I want to see Jacob, get my bike bags back and say what's up. Need to make the clip, the night before clip for the Trek podcast, for the Trail Correspondence podcast. And then, got to go to bed early. I don't know if I'll sleep outside Friday night. I might go ahead and just pack up my backpack so that I can have all that stuff together rather than having to deal with it in the morning. But that has yet to be determined. I haven't minded sleeping outside the way I have been, and it's not like it takes all that much more time to pack up my tent. Plus, I don't know, there might be some benefit to doing it the morning of, just because I'll know I'll have to get up and make it that much more, like, pressing. Almost to the siblings' house. But that's it, man. That's how these next 3 days are going to go. Family dinner, walk around Stone Mountain with my mom, night before, mow the grass, and then leave early. Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
Hey, what's up, man?
It's a long time no see.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
I heard you're about to hike the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
3 days from now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely wild.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my friends, Jess Brent, he through hiked it 10 years ago.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's a long time.
But I honestly haven't talked too much about it with him.
Mhm.
But takes a fucking strong mind. It seems like you got one though. So.
That's the test, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a good candidate, but it's like applying for a job, you know. Maybe I won't be very well suited and I'll get fucked up or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to keep your mind like not like preconceived like how it's gonna be, or do you think you know how it's gonna be, or?
I have a pretty good idea
Okay.
because I went out for a week last year.
Okay.
And so I know it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really cold, really wet,
Yeah.
especially wet, and it's going to be really monotonous. And it's going to it's what they call type 2 fun,
Okay.
which is enjoyable only in reflection.
Oh yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Like, man, you're gonna feel so awesome though afterwards.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be careful from all the research I have done because there's something called post-trail depression,
Really.
which is maybe a bit of a buzzword in the community, but yeah, people come back and they feel really empowered, and then all of a sudden, like, they don't really feel like they fit in with society. They don't have a job. All of the stuff that they have successfully run away from in the past 6 months is right there again. Like,
Right.
it's like, oh, I didn't actually deal with anything while I was out here. I just put everything on hold, and
Right.
and
right.
so yeah, it can be kind of crushing. But I don't anticipate that
Do you
necessarily.
have any plans like afterwards?
I'll probably look for a job pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't really like, unless I get really inspired to do something out of the ordinary again, I think I'll try to get employed pretty quickly. But maybe a slightly different, like less career type of employment and more like kind of trades based. I like to fix iPhones.
Oh, right.
So I'd like to work at the shop up in EAV.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But how are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, I didn't have a job. Still don't have a job. Well, like an actual job.
Yeah.
I make like $300 a month. Like if I make a web, I charge $300 for a website.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm finishing up a website now. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
It's a curse of our generation.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it's like, it's a fucking real thing, man. Like, it's like, I mean, I would love to be able to fucking like chase out, just go for a career that,
Yeah.
you know, and be one of those go-getters, like in that sense. But I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just left doing that for like 5 years, and it's just not very.
was it like taxing your fucking soul?
It was just boring.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like I'm selling 40 hours. I'm selling my most productive hours of every day to this company, and I'm so good at my job now that there's no challenge, and so I'm literally just, I've become a machine at this
Right.
job, and it is.
Did you think about like the future? I mean, like I can't.
Go for it. We're having a good
I can't
convo.
sustain this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I want to do something extreme, which is now the Appalachian Trail. Just because the thought of 5 more years doing exactly what I'm doing, that would be soul crushing.
Right.
So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Totally. And it'd be like, I don't know how old you are, maybe 30?
29, yeah.
29, right.
Yeah.
So like, you did that for another 5 years, man. Like,
Mid-30s.
It's almost too late to fucking
Totally.
get out.
Yeah,
Joe
definitely.
Rogan had this dude on his podcast that like, I guess like when he was like 21, he went to Thailand
Uh-huh.
and he was jumping this fire rope.
Yeah.
And it tangled around his legs, and he ended up fucking like getting like fucking 70% burns all over his body.
Uh-huh.
But like the doctor said he wasn't supposed to walk again. But his mom traveled from America to the Philippines.
I heard this episode, yeah.
And yeah,
The guy
he
who
started
walked
climbing
across.
mountains. He
Yeah.
walked across Antarctica.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And like he's just doing this shit
Yeah.
now. Like, and like granted, like it's like he sort of moved to the political spectrum where he's like doing like fundraising and stuff like that. Which I mean, if you're gonna make a living like fucking doing extreme awesome shit,
Yeah.
that's the way to do it.
Right.
But it was really inspiring just hearing his story. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
that's fuck.
Yeah, right. Just committing to something and like, yeah.
I can't imagine Antarctica though, bro. Like as far as the monotony goes, like
Nothing. Just
God.
white. Yeah.
Like-
Shitting, carrying all your shit with you.
I can
Literally.
only imagine like the head trip that he must have been in. Man.
Totally. But he seemed well adjusted. He seemed like it was like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. He was like, yeah, because he was talking about like alternative medicine, and Joe Rogan's like, fuck, that's like fucking
woo-woo.
nonsense.
Yeah,
Woo,
yeah, right.
And he like went along with it. He was like, yeah, I don't know if I really believe it, but like I've had an open mind about it. Blah, blah, blah. I thought, this is cool. This is cool motherfucker.
Yeah. Joe. Yeah, sometimes he just can't help his biases for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
I like him though because he's like a bro, but at the same time he's like open-minded and like it doesn't seem like he has an agenda really.
I don't think he does. Yeah, I've listened to, for sure, since actually my office job pretty much let me go anywhere in his discography that I wanted to. So I've heard almost every episode of his. So yeah, I think people have a misapprehension based on his public persona versus who he, like if you spend a lot of podcast hours with him, you're like, okay, well this he's actually pretty humble because he admits all the time how stupid and biased he is.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, even though, I mean, first of all, you never have to agree with anyone 100% on everything because you don't even necessarily agree with yourself all the time.
Of course, right.
Yeah, so like people I feel like are a bit unfair to him. But I guess that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, he's on the internet, so yeah.
Totally.
But
no, he's cool. Most of the people, like, I don't see how he gets turned in this alt-right figure. Or
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot of that shit lately, and I'm like, I
Okay.
don't get it. Because I've heard enough of them where I'm like, dude's pretty, like, fucking liberal. I'm not
Yeah.
a socialist.
yeah.
And so, like, a lot of the good people he has on, you know that Tim Pool dude?
Yes, I hate that guy.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
Since he went on and talked to Jack Dorsey about
Yeah.
Twitter and shit.
Great
he's
episodes.
been popping up in my YouTube feed, his little
Yeah.
Timcast bullshit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, maybe if he was a different person, I like sort of agree with him on things, but like, I think he's fucking annoying.
He's just his perspective is so narrow.
It is really narrow.
And he has such an obvious agenda that it's just like, I get it. If I actually don't know what context I would be okay with listening to him speak because it's like really annoying and I don't care about politics at all.
Right.
But yeah, listening to especially when Jack and the person who, I don't remember her name.
She seemed like a bitch.
Well, but like since I worked at MailChimp and like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I actually worked in what is the equivalent of the content reviews like area of MailChimp.
What y'all allow, don't allow.
Exactly. And we call it compliance. So it's like compliance with our terms of your use, basically.
Yeah.
And I actually have a very good idea of like the scalability of the things that Tim would say that were like, he would be like, I just don't think that, like, because we have like when I worked there, we had 16 million users of MailChimp.
Jesus.
Right. And Twitter has like 150 million.
Right.
And their team, like they were saying, is only like 4,000 people. And our team was only 30 people. So I was just like, first, there's no one, Tim Dorsey especially is never reviewing any of these accounts.
Yeah, right.
So anyone who has a question for him, like, why did you do this? It's like, you've disqualified yourself from the argument because you don't understand how these things are structured.
Right.
So that was my biggest problem with Tim Pool because he just kept bringing it back, like with.
That's true. Like,
yeah.
he didn't really, like, he didn't put the context of how huge the company was in his considerations at all.
No, he was only viewing it as a political weapon.
Which is impossible to be maybe like unbiased, or it's probably really hard just to be like neutral.
Yeah.
In that position.
Totally.
You've got like 120 something million users.
Yeah.
It's like, that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and then you have problems like translation, like they talked about. It's like, well, how do you define hate speech in a different language? And it's like, well, if you only have a team of 4,000 people, and even a subset of that is the people who are actually actively reviewing, then it's not even feasible with that number of people to have representation of every single language, let alone of every single language and every single slang word that would mean something. So it's just like the scalability. That was the thing.
It's nearly impossible.
It's not possible.
Right.
Yeah, not because you'd have to basically hire one person, like, out of every 10 in the entire world to have like an objective like review board.
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You're right.
which
And
so
that would can't fucking do that.
No.
You can't employ that many people.
No, because that would be like 800 million people that would then
For
be...
a free service, like
Right,
Twitter,
right. And that's just one aspect of the service, too.
My whole thing was,
But-
I came away from that podcast thinking that, like, Twitter definitely doesn't have an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
It is really hard. But that lady was just like, I thought she was, I think maybe it's her personality. I thought she was a bitch. But I definitely think Tim Pool is a fucking jackass.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But, no, I just left Facebook finally, but I've been reading a whole bunch of things saying Facebook's like fucking done.
I think they probably are, but also the scalability. I have a lot more sympathy for everything that they do as well, because similarly, I don't think they have an agenda, and everything in the tech world is always reactive because you can't ever anticipate what. I mean, and people can be so, like, one person can have the power of 100 million enslaved in computers to make a DDoS attack on a network that sends a website offline. So, like, again, it's all about scale for technology, and if you don't understand the scale of things, then, like, I don't. It's too big to. It's like saying that, like, it's like saying that, like, a water provider could have an agenda. It's like, because that's why they talk about it as like a public utility. Like, should this be something that the FTC looks at as a public utility that is like basically a phone company, or is it something different? And it is like something different, but it has the same presentation and the same size as like a gas provider or a water provider.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It is like utility, but only sort of.
Right. It's a luxury utility.
So without spending too long, because I know you're about to go.
Right.
Where do you see the future of like these tech companies and shit? Or is it just like, or you don't know? The
dumb people will die out, and the people who grow up with it will already have an intuitive understanding of how it works. Like people who are younger than us that grew up without even knowing what, like, not having the internet is like.
Right.
Like, I can't even imagine being 7 and being able to Google stuff.
Oh, I know. It'd be fucking gnarly.
Yeah, right? We'd be way more messed up. So the generation before us, or below us, is like, they'll just replace everyone who's too dumb to understand. And I think it'll just naturally, we will meet the challenge each time, but it will be because the younger generation is like growing up with it at a level where they're actually, like, the formative experience of their lives are informed by technology.
They understand it.
They do.
Better, right?
Yeah, it's like, I think one of the first times in history where the young are actually teaching the old. Yeah. So.
Damn, I like that.
Yeah, it's a positive future, but you know, the dumb people are gonna have to go.
Fuck yeah, they are. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hey, here you go.
Oh, cool.
It's functional.
Yeah, this is not the one that used to have.
Yeah, I figured that the chances were not high.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Time to smoke some grandpa.
No.
Oh.
Alright, I want to go finish this website. It's good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Look on your, on the, don't want to call it a hike. That's going to be a fucking adventure.
Yeah, well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'll do my best. You look like Jacob Collier. Do you know this guy named Jacob Collier? He's a British boy who is like a multi-instrumentalist and a virtuoso. And he's got a super deep voice, like deeper than you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
Do you want to, how much time do you have?
All day.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I mean, I have till dinner.
Okay, well, first of all,
don't have anything planned.
I'm recording right now. So you don't have to be a part of that.
No, I'm cool with that.
I want to make sure I actually still
My,
am recording.
fame.
Lol, you're, discovered actress syndrome. Okay, so I'm at my sibling's house now. It's 12:31. Who is that roommate that I just talked to?
Tom.
Tom? He's cool.
Yeah, he's the one I played music with and has produced stuff.
Oh,
with
okay.
me. Yeah.
Does he know Bradley Cooper?
I don't think he's met him, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm here with you at your house.
Yeah.
I probably should just stop the recording, actually, because I don't think it's going to sound very good on this mic. This mic is like, it's not an omnidirectional mic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday when we were filming, the person who was filming used this 3 camera. So cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like a something that he attached to his phone. And I still don't fucking understand it. But
You just said the F word.
oops. Did I do that?
Consider my audience, remember.
Oh.
Sorry, Mom.
Well, you know.
She heard the previous couple episodes and actually texted me this morning with a reference because yesterday my episode was basically just me trying to find a porta potty for 30 minutes. And I've actually already located one now, so that's the first place I'm going to go.
Okay.
But hey, so what I'm saying is, like, we should go on the unfinished Beltline.
Okay.
Have you been on that much?
Railroad tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been on all of it?
I think I have been on all of it.
No.
It's been a long
It's
time.
19 miles.
Well, sure.
I mean, have you?
No.
I mean, maybe you have.
I haven't.
Okay.
You don't know what I've done.
No, but I can take a guess.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Well, it's humble of you to admit that. Let's walk towards this porta potty. Charlie, stop. Well, at least when you get to our house later, he'll already have seen you today and not freak out as much, hopefully. Plus, hopefully, he'll be tired from this walk.
Oh, I'm excited. I've been on Sunday. Leanna and I. It was funny. I woke up and I like internally was thinking. I hadn't voiced this, but I was like, I want to go to a coffee shop and just like write and just be with myself. And if Leanna wants to come along, I'm just like not gonna want to do that.
Oh, right. I was gonna say.
I just want to be by myself. And then she was like, you want to go for a walk to a coffee shop? And I was like,
Kind of.
actually, yeah.
Can you hold this?
And then we
Wait.
ended up actually.
I need this. No, I want this.
I'm trying
You're trying to
We
help.
ended up walking together actually all day, and it was great. Basically,
When was this?
Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we biked to what used to be Octane.
You mean
Revelate or
Boke?
whatever. Huh?
You mean Boke?
Yeah, we boked.
No, just Boke.
Okay. And then we went to little 5 Points.
Oh, wow. A real adventure.
The belt line.
Your shoes look cool.
Yeah, thank you. I already had these strings.
Here, why don't you
Shoelaces.
say something about yourself while I use this restroom? Like, give yourself like a 30 for someone who's never met you before.
Yeah.
Tell them who you are and what's important about you.
Okay. Hey y'all, it's Lo Pereiro here. I am kin to said Kenneth, and I am a multi-dimensional artist. I do a lot of things. For money, I clean houses and studios, and I nanny an adorable and sweet, hilarious child. And I also do a lot of art commissions, well, sporadic art commissions, but I do them no less. And I'm an actor for a Pack of Laughs. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Instagram. Onyx Simpson is the CEO. Wiku is the cinematographer. Here we are. Kenneth's already done peeing.
Yep. Doesn't take me much.
I do paint, collage. I do everything artistic and expressive. Piano. You know the drill.
Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with?
That's it. Well, that's not it, but you're out, so
It's not it, but you're out.
you'll find out.
It's a good title for a podcast.
That's it, but you're out. I still like that. Am I funny yet? Idea.
Am I funny yet?
Is this funny yet?
That's funny. Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Then I don't know if it's been done before.
Well,
But who
Google.
knows? Collective unconscious. I patent that. Am I funny yet?
Okay. All right. Well, we should probably go ahead and leave it there for now, just because we have already recorded 30 minutes, and this is more input than has ever been on the show before. There's not been any guests, but
Yeah.
there have been a few cameos where people walk past me and I say hello, etc.
Nice. That sounds interesting.
It's pretty interesting. This is the content that I'm trying to create. It's like it's so boring and mundane that it punches through and it becomes compelling and captivating.
It's relatable,
Yeah. Ultimately.
ultimately.
So this is Kenneth.
This is Lo.
And you heard from Tom. Yard. And we'll get back to you tomorrow, or at least I will.
Have a
Lo.
great day.
Yeah. Is they funny yet?
Is they funny yet? Is
Yeah.
they funny?
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.